Ever since Knight left Animal Jam, Jamal has been missing their greatest edgelord. Now it's time for Shadow the Edgewolf to revisit AJ. With a science video? That's anticlimactic ass. Hey, what's up bandits? And today we are revisiting a game I haven't touched in a while. Because today we are talking about phantoms. Yes, those black eyeballs with legs which we throw fruits at, shoot darts at, and then whack them on the head with a mallet, then wonder why they hate us. But today, we are talking about how these balls of abomination can fly if they're in real life, or if they can fly at all. In the game, phantoms interact with matter and gravity like a normal creature. They get trapped behind obstacles and fall towards the direction of gravity. Because air is matter and phantoms normally fall towards gravity, they do follow some laws of physics. I know much of Animal Jam is based off of magic, from phantoms to alphas to jammers to plants. But what if we just assume that magic is not a part of the equation? How then will phantoms fly? In the game, phantoms are seen swimming through the air and using their tentacles to push them forwards. That means that their flying ability can be compared with that of a fish or a hot air balloon. It is possible that phantoms have an organ similar to a swim bladder that expands to move up and shrinks to move down. But this would only work if the phantoms themselves are extremely light. So on a windy day, we should expect them to blow away like plastic bags tumbling through the air. Forget about chomper plants and boom seeds, arm yourselves with some fans and those nasty phantoms will stay away. However, this theory is soon destroyed by the fact that phantoms have one gigantic eyeball that takes up their body, leaving little room for other organs. And, given the fact that air bladders should be pretty large in size, there's just no room for it. In order for a phantom to fly in real life, we need to shrink down the size of its eyeball so we can fit in an air bladder, preferably filled with a light gas. So when their bladder expands, the outside air becomes denser, allowing the phantom to move up. And when their bladder shrinks, the inside becomes denser and it sinks. Then they can use their legs to propel themselves forward, similar to an air swimmer. However, this idea does not support phantoms being able to swim underwater, because water is much denser than air by 784 times. Light-weighted phantoms would not be able to dive downwards below the surface, they would just float. The second theory is more related to helicopters. When phantoms are angered, their bottom tentacles spin like a helicopter. But it would actually make more sense for the whole creature to spin instead of just the bottom part, because in order to create rotating locomotion in a living being, the body and the propellers must be separate parts joined together. So it would make more sense for a phantom to fly by spinning its whole body after getting enough momentum on the ground. With their tentacles flattened, of course, angled slightly upwards, so more molecules will hit the bottom more than the top to create enough pressure under it for the phantom to fly. Kind of like a propeller toy. There are actually real-life flying machines similar to this with blades at the bottom. They're called aerocycles and were used during the 1950s. But they were prone to crashing because of how difficult they were to control. In this theory, the phantoms can certainly enjoy having a heavier body and be able to swim underwater. But the problem is that the phantoms can only stay in the air for so long before they lose their speed. Phantoms certainly do not have a body suited for flying like a bird. So we are left with these two options, the balloon phantoms on one side and helicopter phantoms on the other. Which one do you find more appealing, and which side will you join? If you have other ideas for how a phantom can fly, please post them down below. Thanks for watching, and a shout out to Priscilla for this fan art.